Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're going into the third and I suspect final part of today's pre-episode for the Sprawl. We have our world. We have our corporations. We are working our way through characters now. So let's talk about the next step, which I believe is gear.
Yeah.
Okay.
My gear is very easy. I have very little.
Some of you will have no trouble with this. It'll be fast. Others, you'll have more to do. So choosing your gear. Each playbook has a set of gear options. Choose from the items as instructed. If there are particular items of gear you want or something your character should have, bring that up now. Discuss what kinds of things you can assume to have automatically. For example, I generally assume everyone has access to at least one smartphone or regular portable device for communication, online research.
Yeah.
As many sets of regular style appropriate clothes as they need, enough currency to buy food and public transport is required. Remember, the characters are professionals who have the ability to do their job properly. Killer can maintain their weapons, the reporter can record conversations, the infiltrator will never need for balaclavas and black turtlenecks. So, let's go through the list. So, aside from your sweet pistoles, Andrew, what gear do you have?
I get more guns.
Guns.
My gear options are as follows. Choose 2 more weapons. Choose one of body armor, an armored jacket, trauma derms, and an aggressive motorcycle.
An aggressive motorcycle. That's so good. It's got to have snow tires too.
My motorcycle is flashy.
I don't want to have a motorcycle. I want to have fucking body armor.
Okay. All right.
I have 2 armor, body armor, just like full on heavy, like you're obviously wearing armor.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna have an assault rifle.
Okay.
Which is a 3 harm.
I see the third option on the list too. I can't wait.
Near far loud auto fire.
Yep.
And I think my other one I'll have is, and now I think there's actually an error in the book.
Okay.
These are supposed to be swapped. Because it lists sword as 3 harm hand, messy, machete as 3 harm hand.
I think it's the other way around. Yeah, machete is
in Apocalypse World. The machete was the messy one.
Machete. Yeah,
Anyways,
machete is the messy one.
I want to have a sword, specifically a Chinese straight sword.
Nice.
So this would be like the sword that the hero in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon uses. I have one of those, but like a super cyberpunk techie one.
Nice. I like it. The little tassels hanging off the back are made out of fiber optics.
Yeah, and like I'm picturing my guns as having like cell phone charms hanging off of them and shit. So just so you know,
fucking awesome.
That's where I'm at.
Tiny little plastic food, like a hot dog or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm about it. All right, so you've got your special pistols, your assault rifle, you get your sword.
Yeah, and the assault rifle is also linked, so all of my guns have a neural link associated with them.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, cool. And that's your gear, armor and guns?
Yeah, and I have 5 cred.
Okay. All right. Blue Jay, you've got a bunch of gear too, hey?
I do, yeah, I do.
What do you got?
I have one, I didn't forget to mention, I have a workshop. So it's a mechanical workshop with lots of tinkery things in it. 2, I have a toolkit and gear appropriate to my areas of expertise. So that would be things that I need to tinker with tech, random shit that makes sense. I have a holdout pistol. That's 2 harm, hand, close, discreet, quick, reload, and loud. And then I have gas grenades. S harm, near area, reload, gas. And then I have armored clothing, which is 0 armor, but I subtract 1 when rolling the harm move. And it's discreet. And I have goggles, which are thermographic and magnifying.
Nice.
And my last one, there's like the opportunity encrypted jamming communications relay. Would that be just like in terms of like the fiction, I can jam communications?
Let's take a look at the
I can
chapter.
Speak to that because
what is it called?
Encrypted jamming communications relay.
Okay, let's take a look. Do that old Control F. Okay, so communications relay, encrypted is a tag, and I think jamming might be a tag too. So let's
they're italicized, so it seems like tags.
That'd be my assumption. So encrypted is same as the comms in your fixer's head. It gets the encrypted tag, and then
so that would mean I could talk to you.
Yeah.
Elf.
without people being able to necessarily.
That makes sense. That makes sense for me. That's the last thing. Encrypted jamming communications relay. We can get fucked when it comes to first aid. I don't give a shit. I'm not helping you guys.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, yours is better than mine. I was
Here we
going to pick
go.
up an encrypted comm relay, but you've
So-
got both, so I don't have to now.
So encrypted means it's resistant to hacking. The MC must make a move to subvert the encryption before making a move to hack this device.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the other one? Jamming?
Jamming.
Permits the jamming of any communication that lacks the encrypted tag. So it's a in-out. You're the one that can jam other people's comms, and you can retain an encrypted
Cool.
comm with other things. And it's a relay too. So you can bounce other people's comms through it, right?
Perfect. Then I have that.
Okay.
That's what I have. That makes sense for me and my character.
That's awesome.
Okay, great.
And then I've got 5 cred.
Okay. Elf, what gear do you got?
So my gear is very easy. I
Mhm.
get to choose one of either a holdout pistol or a semi-auto pistol. I grabbed the semi-auto, which is 2 harm, close, near, loud, and quick.
Okay.
And I can choose 2 of armored coats, armored clothing, flashy ride, trauma derms, or an encrypted communications gear. Now I already have encrypted communications gear in my brain, so I don't need that. So I think I'm going for the armored clothing, which is 0 armor, but it's discreet and subtract 1 when rolling the harm
Okay.
move.
Yeah,
So it's not actually armor so much as it helps me from getting hurt. And the flashy ride. And I'm
it's
gonna
gonna be
get,
a motorcycle.
yeah, I'm gonna get like a motorcycle with like some good tires on it there.
Nice.
Cool. Nice. I like it. Flashy motorcycle. And you know you're gonna have to go find a cool picture of a flashy cyberpunk motorcycle.
I'm kind of working on it right now. I'm looking for a picture of my gun at this moment.
Excellent. Okay, cool. All right. So let's see what Cyber Dave has.
Well, since Andrew's character has a sword, I don't need to petition you, because like if there were no swords in this, I was going to be like, look, I need one, but it's not on my gear list. But since we have swords covered, I choose 2 weapons. They could be linked, but I don't have the targeting suite, so they are not.
Okay.
I think I'm going to pick a heavy pistol.
Okay.
And I'm going to grab flashbangs as well, because this character is all about being tactical.
Cool. Okay. Dig it.
And then for the choose 2, I get a similar list to everybody else. An armored vest, armored clothing, comm relay, goggles, or trauma domes. I think, Andrew, your character had like built-in Google stuff, right?
He's got the eyeballs.
Yeah.
I've got the flare compensation, magnification, and thermographic imaging. Cyber eyes.
Okay. I think I should probably still double up on that. Just because
I mean, I have goggles
I'm
too,
being
yeah.
I'm being assess heavy, so it makes sense that I would have those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
and like if we're in a fight and we get flashbanged,
Oh yeah, I totally send you in, and we cut the power at the same time, so we can still both see them.
All right, so
And
we
the
got.
drones
Let me
can still
see. So
see them.
Dave, your character is Soldier 76. Blue Jay is Junkrat. Andrew is Genji. And I guess
What do I get?
I've got
I don't know.
way
You're
more
a
finesse
Blizzard.
than
You're a Blizzard
Junkrat.
programmer. I guess.
I'm diva. What are you talking
You're
about?
you're the Overwatch sales team.
I'm so diva. Hello, she's got a giant mech.
That's true.
And my final gear is I'm going to take the trauma domes. as well.
Nice.
Yeah, good call.
I'm totally now imagining that my holdout pistol is like Diva's little like gun with the little charm at the bottom.
Yeah, I like it. Good. Okay. Great. So that's gear. Let's move on to the next biz. It looks like the next step is consider
Correct.
backgrounds and context. So think about your character's background. Do they come from the streets? They grow up in a corporate ecology? They move in media circles? They serve in a regular military or paramilitary force? You'll know some people from your old life you can go to for help and who you'll name and describe during play. For now, just write a brief note about the circles these contacts will come from. And I think we talked about, damn, that's a big gun. I think we talked about this enough already.
Sorry, I
that-
didn't mean.
No, it's good. It's good. It's hot stuff. Yeah, like think about your background. So we don't have to worry about it now. I think that we know where everybody's kind of coming from. We've done a lot of that work already. So you'll be able to define context by the circles that your characters are in. If you've played a Red Burning Wheel, just treat it like, imagine your character's life paths. You know what you're doing. So now let's talk about personal directives. So directives are how you get experience in this game. You're going to get mission directives, like, kill the CEO of Matsumoto Fishworks. But you'll also have your own personal directives that when you do certain things in the game, you'll get experience for them. And these will sometimes come, I would say most of the time, they come at cross purposes with one another and with the mission. And this is how we get the fun, like, do I do this thing to get personal XP, or do I put it aside and like focus on the mission? There are 4 total, and you get to pick some of them. I think everybody picks 2. And these are flags. These are ways for you to tell me and the other people in the group the kinds of stuff you want to see in the game, the kinds of things you want your character to run into. So, Elf, do you want to start with yours?
My circles?
Your directives.
Oh, my directives.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was like, oh, where am I? What's going on?
What's going on?
No, we know your characters, where you draw your.
So my directives are deceptive. When I lie about my identity or past to put the mission at risk, mark experience. So, there's that. Because working for a securities corporation is, it can be sketchy sometimes.
So this means that there'll be things about your character's past that are hidden and mysterious.
Yeah. And also financial. When you hinder the mission for a chance at extra profit, mark experience.
Nice. So for me, my job will be to look at these things and opportunities in the mission to give you that opportunity.
If you got that extra thing, I mean, take you a little more time, but you might get a little bit extra money from the right people, that kind of thing.
You could leave now, or you could take a left turn here and go into the warehouse and try to dig up something fancy. Cool. Yeah, I feel it. That's good. So deceptive and financial. All right. Do you have yours, Andrew?
Yeah, you best get the Tina Turner out because I'm the bodyguard. I'm the protective one, and I think I'm gonna be Elf's character's bodyguard.
Okay, Elf, does your character have a name?
Yes, she does. Her name is Erica Larson, otherwise known as Flamingo.
Okay, awesome. All right, so when you put your responsibility to Flamingo ahead of the mission, mark experience. So when Flamingo causes problems, you're gonna get dragged into them.
Yeah.
And then what's your other directive?
So here I'm at a split where I'm not sure, because proselytizing would be cool, assuming that people's beliefs don't align with mine.
I have a feeling that mine aren't going to align with anybody's. So
Other characters, and essentially, my character is really into augmentation, and so it would be stuff about that, and also about like gender and the arbitrarity of bodies and all this kind of thing. But if I'm not going to get any pushback from anyone on that shit, then it's not interesting, and I'm just going to take masochistic, which is whenever I suffer one or more harm, I more experience, because
yeah, that's a lot of experience right
I mean,
there.
I think you're able to change these as you go. So why don't you start with masochistic, and then we'll go from there.
And then we'll see how things shake out. Yeah, that's basically what I'm lobbying for.
Okay.
So,
Nice. All right, get beat
Most
up
general.
and protect Flamingo, and probably both at once.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. Dave, do you have your directives sorted out?
I think so. I am going to pick behavioral as one of my directives, which is describe your ethical code. When adhering to your code hinders the mission, mark experience. I think I'm going to work on that.
Just
So I can,
write
like-
animu in there.
And yeah, I mean, it is going to be,
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think along with that, I'm also going to be filial.
Okay.
When I put the advice of blank ahead of the mission, mark experience. And I think what this is going to symbolize is like following ideals of characters from shows and like expanding them way out of like the context of the thing and bringing them into the real world.
Right.
Like a character's catchphrase. Like I'm thinking, if anybody kind of gets the reference, like the stuff Angeal is saying to Zach in Crisis Core about protecting your dreams and honor and stuff, and just
God.
bullshit that has
Oh,
no
God.
place in the real world, and just bringing it in, because I
Right,
think
like
that's a really good.
strange idealism.
Yeah,
I like that. Okay, so
or my ninja way
let me
as
take a
well.
look.
That's going to be part of it.
Let me take a look at the soldier here. So,
Yeah, I've not filled it in yet.
yeah, when you put the advice of blank ahead of the mission, so I wonder, like those blanks, I guess you can fit in whatever you want in those. So you'll figure out what that blank is and then go from there.
Yeah, like it's probably fictional characters.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a blanket thing.
Yeah,
just
here we
so
go.
you
If you
can
want the game to involve a
swap in and
particular
out.
type of group or person, choose a directive that writes that group into the game. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I like it.
I mean, yeah, does that give you enough to work
I think
with?
so. Yeah.
Yeah, we share some of the base material, but if I give you an idea more of like which
Yeah, you
fictions this
tell me
character would draw
particularly what
on.
you're after. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that in
I
between.
like it. Okay, cool. And then what about Blue Jay? What's your character's?
My directives are protective when I put my responsibility to my drones ahead of the mission. Mark experience.
Yep.
They are everything to me. And if they get fucked up, I'm going to be really mad. And the next one is proselytizing. And I sell in hard to what's been broadcast to me my whole life. If you do good and become an exceptional human being, you can ascend to whatever, like dreams come true and all that shit. She's into that. Like she
Right.
believes it 100%.
You're trying
And I
to...
don't see myself marking experience from this. Probably more often it's going to be a challenge for my character to overcome, but I like it. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, persuade others to act in accordance with the fivefold golden path that leads to the Magic Kingdom and then space.
Yeah, that's me.
I
That's
like it.
yeah.
Someday you'll have your space dreams.
Yeah, so she believes it. She's into it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'm so about that shit. Okay, cool. I like it. All right, great. So next step is links. So this is the, like with many Powered by the Apocalypse games, this is our last stage for character creation. In the final step of the preparation process, you'll create a series of professional links between the characters. So I'm going to read out the steps, then we'll go through them one at a time. So each player will describe and introduce their character to the group. Then we'll go around and each player will tell everyone about a job their character did against one of the corporations established in Step 0. Describe your character's role in the job and name the corporation you ran the job against. You should play a leading role in the job, either in charge of the operation or provide a critical skill around which the mission was based. This is a chance to show off a little. The MC will start a countdown clock for that corporation. If a countdown clock already exists, the MC will advance it. The player to your left, which we can use the layout in the overlay here. The player to your left will tell you how their character was involved in that job. They take +1 links with your character. The MC will advance that corporation's clock. Continuing to the left, each other player will tell you if and how their character was involved too. If their character was involved, they take +1 links with your character. For each character that contributes to the story, the MC will note that character's involvement and advance the corporation's countdown clock by 1. So this will determine the starting point of the game. If we start with the countdown clock really high for one corporation, they're going to be all about your shit. But if you have a whole bunch of them at 1800 or 2100, then you're starting to build up pressure among all of the different characters. So
I'm going to need help going through this again. That was like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Totally. We'll do it in phases. So each player, this is phase 1. Each player describes and introduces their character to the group. So this is just like in Apocalypse World. Tell us your character's name. We already know all the moves and stuff. We're doing this real slow. So give us your character's name, your look, and then if there's any other little details that you want us to know for now about your character. Elf, we know your character's name. You want to remind us? So you're Erica Larson?
Erica Larson, otherwise known as Flamingo.
Okay.
She's a Norwegian native. I tried to Google names and came up with Erica Larson. So there you go.
Okay.
Do you want me to go through look just like it is here in the?
Yeah, give us the look options and then tell us the context and what that's.
All
like.
right. So she's got cool eyes, an attractive face. She's small, and she wears sort of I don't really think any of those particularly describe. I guess street would be the most descriptive type of clothing that she wears, and she has very pink hair.
Cool. I like her already.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
I have a picture.
Do you?
Yeah, put it up. Put it
Broad-
up.
Is it just a picture of Adam, but with like the beard taken off?
See, that's the problem.
I want to see.
Broadcast.
Can I just steal stuff from Google? Is that
Oh,
okay?
yeah, go for it.
Just like steal people?
Just put it in your
Just
thing and
steal
then hit
people?
broadcast.
Like that.
Wicked.
Cool.
Like chat, if you want to do us art for all the cool things, then we'll totally put it on,
That's
and then
awesome.
we can broadcast it every time.
Yeah, and
you-
what we can try to
it's
do,
relevant.
like if y'all find images of stuff you like, make a note and we'll put together like a credits list so that we can link it in the YouTube videos and stuff, so that the people who like are in these photos get the appropriate credit for it. So yeah, we'll make sure that we attribute all this stuff properly. That's cool. I dig it. Oh my god, chat was like, she's a gun. Oh wait, there's another picture.
Oh wait, there's another picture.
Don't forget, once your character has a name, to change your name in
Doing
the
it.
account to the thing. I'll change you from destructible elf.
I'm
Byron.
already doing it. I'm doing it right now.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's move along. Andrew, what is the name of our killer?
Well, I mean, she's got to have a street name or something as well, but whatever. Right now, I just have Hannah Zhang. So she's like a, half Chinese, half Norwegian. Grew up in this kind of the area that we're setting the game. Worked for Freyr Industries for most of her life, because she was identified as being an exceptional human. And thus put into the we're going to turn you into a killing robot. Yeah, and so she's a trans lady, but got access to hormone therapy and various other. I imagine they're pretty good about that kind of stuff in the future. Lots of cool shit you can get. And so yeah, that's part of why she's so stoked on cyber body replacement, because she just got the quote unquote female limb augments and stuff like that.
I feel that.
Right.
Slowly piecing her body together to be this more traditionally idealized feminine form, but she's partway through it. She's not fully replaced. And I have mirrored eyes, a friendly face, a lithe body, and she's really into street fashion. I think she wears stuff like what I'm wearing right now, these big oversized t-shirts and tights and stuff like that, and big puffy jackets with lots of fake fur.
Cool.
Very hip hop inspired street fashion. And I have these enormous fucking guns all the time. And I have a bunch of crazy cyber shit going on. I imagine her hair is this perfect straight banged black hair thing going on. And the hair is a little bit stiffer than normal human hair, so if you swish it back, it just always goes back into this perfectly this bangs and then mohawk, so shaved sides, but then this long braid down the back. And she has the plugs Ghost in the Shell style on the back of the neck. And the occasional little seam line and join
right
on the rest of her body.
That's awesome.
I'm totally imagining there's you got some really kick-ass high heels going on, and they also work with your leg augments to stabilize you for the shooting. So there's a cool stomping thing going on with the high heels, and you can also extend that into someone's face.
Yeah, she's not very tall or anything too. She's fairly small, but she probably still weighs 300 pounds.
Yeah.
She's
Totally.
super dense and made
It's
of all this.
Yeah, I like that idea. It's that bit in Ghost in the Shell where the major jumps up on a building and she crushes the thing she lands on. You're she's tiny, but she weighs 1 billion pounds because she's mostly a robot. Wicked.
So,
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
And you're gonna come up with your street name.
some kind of street name. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's get to know our tech.
Oh, hi. Her name is Cathode. You can call her Kathy. Her eyes are excited. Her face is friendly. She has a wiry body and streetwear. She's Korean and she's like bleached her hair to look that like amber color. And she's just really young. She's probably like still a teenager and really like she wears street fashion. Lots of bright colors, mismatching. If there's like incorporating neon shit, like she matches her drones like with her outfit. She's
Well, the drones probably have some kind of like reactive surface that you can repaint with
heck
software.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yes, all the time. She's
Oh my god,
totally
your character and the drones probably all have matching skins. Like you have cyber reactive clothing that you bought skins for, and you can like flip a switch and your clothes change color and configuration.
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Like your sleeves like auto pull in and like puff out at the shoulders.
Oh my god, I'm totally into that.
Yeah,
Yes, she's so into it. So her name is Kathy, and she's young and cute and really into like getting the like dreams come true bullshit going down.
Yeah, I dig it. What's your do you have names for your drones?
Their names are B for the rotor one, and Puppy Cat is the quad.
Awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, B and Puppy Cat.
Cool. I'm about it.
Mhm.
All right. Dave, tell us about the soldier.
Coming up with a name. I feel like shit, this is hard.
Right. Well, what do you have like an ethnicity you want for your character?
No. I'm really bad at this part. Yeah, like my characters always tend to be conceptual before they're actually people,
Sure.
which makes this part really tricky.
Mr. Human.
uh,
Well, you can think about it. You don't have to come up with one now. You'll need one for when you actually start playing this character, but you can ponder it. You can farm it out to chat. Don't listen to Leafington. Your name should not be 420 Swagmaster 420.
Yeah,
I mean,
Basically,
I'm
like,
into it.
so my thoughts on this.
X69.
My thoughts on this are that your character, as a loyal Show Nintendo's Onisoft employee, probably legally had their name changed to something very Japanese. This is probably like, I imagine the company fetishizes Japan in a way that you would change your name.
I think, yeah. Oh my god.
oh no.
I think his actual name before his street name is first name Springtime, surname Youth.
Okay. All right.
So sometimes he is Spring, but he also needs a street name, and that's going to be terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Well,
right, you can
he can
ponder
just
it.
be. He could be called Springtime Youth.
Okay.
Katana.
You clearly need to be Mr. Silent Protagonist. First name Silent, last name Protagonist.
All right. So Springtime Youth.
Yeah, totally.
And then you can come up with your tag, your gamer tag later. Tell us what your character looks like. What did you choose for your look option?
Okay. This one was a little bit tricky because it feels like the default options for look for soldier are a little bit more traditional, and I think we've gone a little bit more. Like the corporation I'm from would make some of these not make a huge amount of sense. So like where eyes kind of only give me the options of hard, jaded, weary, penetrating, searching, artificial, cunning, and haunted. They're all kind of like professional or like older,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure whether that fits.
I love how aside from Elf's character, you also like teenagers. And actually, Elf's character looks like a teenager. Like this is like cyberpunk teens. I'm pretty into it. So what do you?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
you can
you
have
kind
your
of
own.
have to.
You can have your own thing, right? You don't have to pick from the list.
Yeah. Okay. So for eyes, I want to say sparkling.
Mm-hmm.
Face. Oh, I'm trying to think of what the word is. Yeah, very classically. What's the word that I'm looking for? Like all Final Fantasy characters have the same type of face. It's like kind of androgynous.
Okay, yeah, that's a good word. Androgynous face, sparkling eyes.
Yep. Body is, I think, wiry.
Okay.
And style is military in that it also includes like
Military is both real and fictional.
yes.
Yeah, Shinra military.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, like it totally has like the belt buckle that's like the Shinra military one, and there's probably one epaulette
If
or like shoulder pad.
if anyone
like
is
a
even
big
a little
metal cloth.
interested in the interactions between like military and fashion, the second book of the Big End trilogy is so good. It's all about that. Zero History. It's really good. Okay, cool. So got that sorted out, and I don't think you need to name anything else. So we're good there. Okay,
I
so
came up with my street name.
oh, you have one? Okay, what is it?
It's QQ.
Like just the letters?
Just the letters Q and Q.
Nice.
Thank you. Okay.
Capital.
That's really cool. That's really, really cool.
Because, she's going to come over and pew pew, and you're going to QQ.
Rip.
So stay the fuck away.
I like it. Sweet. All right. So each player will tell everyone about a job they did against one of the corporations, and you don't have to like really like super fill it out. You can just say like it was against this corporation, we did this thing, and then tell us about your part in it, and then I will start the countdown clocks. So let's start with Elf. Let's go back to the beginning. So Elf, tell us about a job you did against one of the corporations in step 0.
I think I definitely did a job against the Krug combine.
Okay.
And the job was basically intelligence gathering, in
Okay.
that like the valuable thing was the navigational data of where the
Leviathan.
Leviathan was going to be next, so that like the scavs could set up to be there already, so that when it rolls through, like whatever it leaves behind is like you get the first pick.
That's awesome. I
I
love
totally
it.
imagine. Yeah, there's lots of like little parasitic other boats and stuff that follow it around.
Yeah, pick up what's left over.
So that was what I did. That was and like I know these things and I can do these things because I've got a guy at Krug I used to talk to a whole bunch who happens to be the second officer in charge of sonar on the Krug Leviathan, and
Nice.
it was easy for me to manipulate some strings and get that guy on board with sort of hooking us up with the data. We just had to get somebody who could get that data from him.
All right, cool. So the player to your left, which on my overlay is Dave. Dave, did your character, let me see, how was your character involved in that job?
Okay, and it was stealing.
Yeah, stealing intel data on the locative path of the Leviat for the last harvesting cycle.
Yeah. I was thinking of this as an example for where I would use my skill soft. But I was definitely part of the team that infiltrated and had to like get on board Leviathan.
Right.
Because of like the flexibility of the skill soft, I reckon I was probably like aquatic combat / like diving or something for this one mission, and I've like never even learned to swim or anything.
Right. So you were like boots on the ground for
Yep.
this particular op. Okay. All right, cool. So both, let's see. Oh, that means that Dave take +1 links with Flamingo.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Sorry,
continuing
that's
to
really
the
loud.
left, you can say yes or no. Now remember, the more yeses, the more heavily Krug is like looking for you. But for each of you, you get the opportunity to take a +1 link with Elf's character, with Flamingo. So, Cathode, was Cathode involved in this job, and if so, how?
Against Krug, I don't think so.
Okay. Was QQ involved in that job? I mean, it doesn't sound like anybody needs to get got. It's up to you, though.
You're muted.
You never know if someone needs to get got until
Until they need to get.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, so, were you involved?
Well, while Flamingo was doing the meets, I was there to murder anyone that needed murdering or that tried to murder her.
Right, so you're bodyguarding for...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so QQ as bodyguard. Okay, good job, Yojimbo. Excellent. All right, so next then is QQ. Tell us a job you took against one of the corporations, and what your role in it was.
Definitely conducted a raid. Like, I helped kidnap a bunch of content producers for Benzo Disney.
Mm-hmm. So you kidnapped them from them?
Yeah.
You liberated some content creators?
So yeah, I fucking stormed, you know,
Oh, that's
La
so
La
good.
Land and dragged some weeb kicking and screaming out of their little
Oh,
blew up a bunch of the defense dwarves.
what?
Like, no, I want to go back, and you took them out of the Magic Kingdom.
Oh
So,
my
like-
god, can that be me? That's totally me.
So you know when people get like swatted?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was like that happening to like
You're-
like if you were watching all the screens at once, you would see like me showing up and stealing like these 5 people from this like array.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you didn't go to kill them, because that's
No.
kind of your
I
job.
killed a lot of other things to get them out of
So
there.
you
They were-
so you weren't actually there to capture them. You were there to kill everybody in the way.
I mean, and like obviously, then I just grab the people and take and like.
well, I want to leave room for someone else to grab the people, right?
Yeah,
like,
like
so.
I'm mostly there as
So
the
to
muscle.
to your left, Flamingo, were you involved in this job?
I would say that pretty much any job that QQ is doing, I'm involved in some.
Okay,
in
so
some
you and what did
way.
you do?
We're tight like this.
In that, like, you gotta find out where they live. You know.
You totally like scammed your way into getting tickets to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Oh
Of course.
man.
I am a well-known, you know.
You got to do it on Goth Day.
Fra-
They'll let anybody in.
I'm a well-known Freyr employee. I lied.
Perfect. Okay. All right, so you scam some tickets to get QQ in to pull this
Yeah.
up. It's like a meet and greet, only you kidnapped everybody.
Aw.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of like this person and this person and this person. I want to meet all of them. Where are they?
Not to mention that I have that little group of Freyr drones, not actually drones, but like my gang, who probably are good for just like bonus muscle if necessary. Like, not that QQ ever needs it, but you know.
Yeah, excuse me.
I'm just saying, like, there's stuff that they can die for you. You know, that's the thing.
But I have a tattoo that just says "Never Die" across.
All right. So you're probably okay then. But yeah, so I was there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so for each of these, I'm just double checking to make sure I'm advancing these clocks correctly. So the character describes the job. I start a countdown clock. There it is. There's the corporation countdown clock. If the clock already exists, I will advance it. Right. The person who describes starts. Oh, I see. Starting the clock doesn't put a time on it. Okay, so these are one lower. All right. So next, then, were you involved in this job, Soldier Dave?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm going to be in all of your jobs. I just want to
Okay.
because they're already cool.
So what did you do? How did you
This
help?
time, using my skill software, I learned to do like old style pickaxe mining, where I dug a tunnel into one of the apartment blocks
Right, of
while
course.
disguised as one of like the seven dwarfs.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. Because there's like the construction crew, so you.
Yeah, and they all have to dress up as like the dwarves from the
Mascot.
story.
Of course.
Yeah.
Totally.
What's that
Yeah,
called?
and I
They're called,
dug
what's
a
it called?
tunnel.
Persona? Like you have to have, like when you're in character as a Disney
Yeah.
employee.
You're all cast members.
Cast
Yeah.
members. That's the
Oh
one.
yeah, the Skillsoft was totally like a Disney Skillsoft then, like an
Yeah.
in character method acting thing, and then I just like dug this tunnel with a pickaxe.
All right. So now remember, as you're doing this, mark links for the other characters. So now both Flamingo and Dave, your character, you have a link with QQ. Okay. And then Cathode, were you involved in this job?
I don't know. I don't like. I just.
Maybe
Like,
maybe you saw it happen, but you weren't like. part
Yeah,
of it?
maybe I was there, and I was just like.
The only person not kidnapped from that one room, you're just sitting there like,
Yeah, I'm just like.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't think like yeah, it's hard for me like the way I'm basing my character to be like I would run a thing against anybody, you know, like
Yeah.
so.
You can be the fresh meat, right? Like, because what I like this system a lot because what it implies is like if we know each other, it's because we're deeper in the criminal underworld and we're
Yeah.
more hunted.
Mhm.
Whereas if you're new, you don't really know anyone, but like the cops aren't after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
All right. So then let's do your turn then. What was your job, Cathode? What did you do?
I don't know.
Just pick a corporation. I mean, this is maybe the only job you've ever done.
The only job I've ever done.
Yeah, what was
So-
Baby's first shadow run?
I feel like if she's gonna do something, it's gonna be getting more drones. Like maybe her drones were confiscated because of some reason, and the
So
job
this-
was
so
to
this
get
is
them
a-
back.
This is a job against Freyr.
I think that her drones are less high tech military and more high tech like fancy.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, they have the skin, so this would be against Elixir.
Okay. All right. So
Um,
now is this maybe how you got your drones in the first place? Like
I think
you stole them
I-
from Elixir?
I have the idea that I was like one of those people, like you're talking about how you were stealing the live streamers and I was there, but like I was one of the content creators. And then for one reason or another, they're like, nah, you're not bringing in the numbers. And so I had like these drones.
Too real, Blue Jay.
Yeah, I had these drones as part of like my show, and they took them away from me because like I wasn't good enough anymore. Like I wasn't the cool shit. I grew up or something, and that was why I was like, oh no, like I need to go get these back. Like these are mine. I love them, and so that was the instigator to do the job.
Okay. All right. So Cathode jacked some drones from Elixir. So QQ, were you involved?
Yeah, because I think how this all would have gone down is that we ended up like collaborating on this job because most of my cyberware is made by Elixir as well. So we had an interest in rating.
I feel like right after you did your job on Disney Bezos was when like I got like booted because my whole friends group was gone, and so that's why I wasn't popular anymore.
Yeah, you didn't have like any support.
And so the only thing that I had was like I knew you.
Oh my god!
like,
So
I tracked you down like via the internet.
there was an aggressive move of your entire stream team from Disney Bezos to show Nintendo Soft because they were like kidnapped and literally like put to work in a
Yeah.
different corporation. But you
And
didn't
so I
move. It would be
fell out
like
of
if
favor.
everybody just started streaming on like
Yeah.
YouTube gaming and you were like, but I'm still here, guys. And they're like,
that's
no,
what
no, we
happened.
moved.
And so like I found QQ. And I was like, you need to help me get my things back because you're the fucking reason that I don't have them anymore, you dick.
Right.
Yeah, there's kind of like Stockholm syndrome friendship developing.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
Okay.
Cool. So I have plus
So
with Cathode.
so Flamingo, were you
I
also?
actually don't think I was involved.
Okay. All right. You see, you stayed in the
Um,
shadows on this one.
Only not because I wasn't involved, but because my involvement was basically like not helpful. You know what I mean? Like because I'm so close to Andrew's character, I feel like maybe I I just was like, well, I don't know anyone at Elixir. You know, like I can't
Sure.
help you out.
Okay.
So,
And then
you know,
I
you want cyberware, I can get it from Freyr. But
think I know the answer already. Springtime youth.
Yeah, no, I was totally involved. It's stealing them back. My involvement in stealing them back was, and which company are we stealing the
Elixir.
drones back
Elixir.
from?
Yeah.
Elixir. I sorted myself out in a position so that it appeared as if I was going to be like a prominent male model, and they were reassigned to me, and I totally fucking Zoolanded them, and I was the in there.
All right, cool.
You were the fancy like
You
Elixir.
infiltrated Elixir as a
male
male
model.
As a male model, yeah.
and got us some like access codes or whatever, so we can fucking blow the place up.
Awesome. It's so good.
Yep.
All right, so that means that everybody should. Let's go through. So Flamingo, what are your links at right now?
my links are 1 with QQ and 0 with everybody else.
Okay. Because yeah, when you get involved in someone else's job, you take +1 link with them.
But they don't get
Um,
anything with you.
They don't
Right,
get anything
it's
with you.
not
So
QQ.
Flamingo, so Flamingo, you helped QQ. Okay, perfect. QQ, what are your?
I have 1 with Flamingo, 1 with Cathode, and 0 with Dave, because I don't think Dave's described a
He
mission.
hasn't done
Oh yeah,
it.
that's right. We got to do Dave. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Dave. I got confused because you're in everybody else's missions. Yeah, what
Yeah.
was your mission?
Well, my mission, and it totally wasn't preempted by chat at all, was which of the corporations do you think handles electricity?
I mean, there's probably like regional concerns, but Krug
It sounds like a Krug.
Heavy Industrial Combine sounds.
I did a mission against Krug Heavy Industrial Combine
Okay.
Oh dear.
to destroy a power reactor.
Of course you did. All right. Were you involved in this mission, Cathode?
No.
QQ, how about you?
Understand Bullshit.
QQ, did you kill some people in this reactor?
Did I find a new cat friend? Red. I mean, maybe, yeah. Sure, let's say yes.
Okay. All right. So
Because like, he can't take on an entire power plant security team on his own.
You could try.
He needs me to go in there and
He-
just absolutely
He
wreck.
thinks he can, but it was probably best that you were there, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, and then Flamingo, were you involved in Springtime Youth's job?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Cool. So that means then that we get 1 more on the Krug clock. There we
The
go.
Krug clock.
The Krug down. So yeah, we're at 3 with Krug, 2 with Elixir, and 2 with Disney Bezos Hypermedia.
Fucking Disney Bezos.
So okay, yeah, let's go through again. So Flamingo, you have what are your links at?
1 with QQ. That's
Okay,
it.
and then QQ, your links.
1 with everyone.
Nice. All right. Cathode.
None with anybody.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm the newbie.
I know. I understand. And then our soldier.
Yeah, one with everybody.
1 with everybody. All right. Cool. Let's see. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. So there are N characters and N+1 corporations. If you spread the links around, none of the corps will be particularly bothered by the team. On the other hand, if 2 players choose the same corporation, a bunch of other players pile in on the mission, then the clock could be filled up to midnight from the start of play, which we didn't do, which is good. This is a lever that allows the players to control the initial intensity of the game. Pull this lever as you wish, but do so knowingly. At the end of this step, each character who is involved in your job has a +1 link with you. Having links with people doesn't mean you're friends or even you regularly work together. It means you're professionally aware of the person. You know how to operate.
So the only person that's aware of me is Andrew's character.
Yeah.
No, and Dave's.
Anyone who has a
Oh,
Yeah,
right, right.
so-
Male model Dave.
Mhm.
Remember?
Yeah. Cool. So I've got some like fancier.
Oh wait, so you do links for people who are on your job, not when you are on their job.
No, it's when you're on their job.
That's why she needs
okay,
to
cool.
ask, because she doesn't have it written down on her sheet.
Right.
I don't have
sorry.
links to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess you know me, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
I got confused for a sec.
It's just a hex thing.
It's
Like,
basically just a hex thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Hex has always been the most confusing game mechanic ever devised. So this doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. People say the burning wheel is confusing, and I'm like, try to do hex in Apocalypse World. Just
Yeah.
fucking try. I dare you.
Look, the only reason y'all nerds find hex confusing is because it's about interpersonal relationships, and we're all a bunch of socially anxious.
No, the reason it's confusing is because it's written
Guilty.
backwards. It's written
It's also
inversely.
Dave's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's both of those things. Okay, so a countdown. Let me just check the corporation countdown clock. And there'll be other like mission clocks and those things going on. Yeah, that one, the Krug one is at 2200. It's at 10 o'clock, and then the other two are at 6. They're at 1800. Wicked. All right, cool. So that's that. That's
Did
where-
nobody do a job against Frey? I thought for sure.
No.
Frey-
No.
Listen, their mission is our safety. Why would
And
we
no
have-
one did a job at
Yeah.
Shonen Nintendo either because yeah.
It
'cause
just
they're
means
crazy.
Because they're
Nintendo.
fucking crazy.
it just means they're not as aware of you as
Yeah.
they could
It
be.
means we'll go after them next.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
They
Cool.
have rare like first edition manga. It's all mine. I'm gonna take it.
The death corpse of Kruger coming for us.
Oh my god, they're
They want all your Kruger ants. Okay, cool. So that's it. We got characters, we got corporations. Everybody's linked together. We could, in theory, like do a mission now, but I want to give myself some time to like plot one out rather than just sort of jump in and flail around because the mission structure is quite complex compared to how some of the other stuff is. So I'm gonna plan that for next week, and we'll go on a mission. Thanks for coming and hanging out for our world and character creation. We like to take it slow here, so I hope you had a good time. We'll be back next week at 11 o'clock. We're going back to our regular time, I think, next Friday, and we'll play out our first mission in the Sprawl.
Yeah. I certainly hope we'll be back to the normal time. I'd die if I do this again.
All right. Well, let's say our goodbyes. Elf, you wanna go first?
I can't do this in character.
No, you don't have a character
I
yet.
don't
It's
have a
okay. Just
character
do it as you. The character you're portraying is yourself.
Guys, come and become my contacts by following me on Twitter and on Twitch. Distracted Elf everywhere. I'm pretty much the only one. So, do that. And then we can call on you for Shadowruns in the future or whatever we're going to call them, jobs in the future. And I will, what would you call it? Operate against the companies you work at.
Awesome. Andrew?
That's me. I'm at Commuting Crow on Twitter, and I do these shows, and I do a show with Elf, and I do a show on Misclicks, and I'm designing a Magical Girl anime role-playing game, and yeah, all of that can be found by way of my Twitter. I have a Patreon, and I have a Twitch channel and stuff too.
Excellent. Thank you. Dave, on a scale of 1 to 10, how weeb excited are you for this campaign?
Super excited. I'm really glad that we've got a world where it makes sense that this exists. I think it could get kind of zany, but I'm also hoping it gets kind of like creepy, scary, like this level of fandom of things where you become a corporate assassin based on a character persona is going to be kind of like disturbing. Hopefully,
This is when like gang wars start over disagreements in shipping.
yeah, totally. That's a really good idea. Yeah. yeah, I'm super excited. I'll try and come up with a street name. I might change the base name as well. I'm not super set on the name, so we can
Cool.
maybe look at that. But yeah, super excited for this.
If people have ideas for your street name, where should they go and throw them at you?
Oh yeah, we've got to do the thing. Yeah, people have made a good point. We need to change the mobile commands. It's my true name, David Human.
That's right.
I am on Twitter at Dave_the_human, and I've not had time to stream recently. I really want to stream more, but if you want to find out if that does happen, you can follow me at twitch.tv/Orath. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you very much for the creator, in fact, of the Sprawl coming and hanging out in chat. That's, again, to let you know, this is really cool. I'm really, really excited to be playing it. So thank you.
Sweet. Blue Jay?
I'm Blue Jay, and you can find me at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712. And you should come find me because I'm really fucking cute. That's it.
That is true. Yeah, you should do that.
Was that in character or was that just Blue Jay?
That was in character.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. But yeah,
There's a
basically.
definite bleed going on here.
Yeah.
Blue Jay is also very cute.
I was gonna say, like, I can't
It's
tell.
both.
That, you know.
Amazing. All right, kids. I'm still me. I'm the GM. I don't have any characters yet, but I will. I will soon. I'll have all the characters. Yeah, big ups to Peregrine Wiki, aka my friend Hamish, for making this game and hanging out in the chat, and also spelling words like armor and color correctly in his book. Thanks, Hamish. We'll be back next week on Thursday with more D&D, and then we will take on the great and monolithic cyber corporations with our digibullets in the second episode of the Sprawl, which I hope you will attend. And those will both be at 11 o'clock Thursday and Friday Pacific time next week. Thank you for coming. This has been the premiere episode of Roll20 Presents The Sprawl. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. We will see you next week. Bye, everybody.